Hi friends, in today's lecture we will study how to make this beautiful wrench in Autocad. In order to make this beautiful wrench, we will first see how we'll proceed with this drawing. First we'll construct this part of the wrench, and for constructing this part, notice that we'll be drawing two circles, one is this and second is this. Both these circles have different radius. So you will see that the radius of this circle is 13 and the radius of this circle is 16. So we will first proceed with construction of this part, then we will proceed with construction of this part, then we will draw these parallel lines, then we will fillet the ends and our wrench should be ready. Notice that the radius of this side as well as this side is different. Also notice that the center point of this circle and the center point of this circle is also different. Keeping this in mind, we'll now proceed with drawing this part. So first we'll proceed with drawing this circle, the one which I have highlighted, and the radius for that is 13. So I'll click on circle and select center radius. I'll pan this drawing a bit to the left, and over here I'll click and give the center point and give the radius as 13 and hit enter. I'll erase this upper drawing and I'll move this circle over here. So this is our first circle with the radius as 13. Now we want to draw these two parallel lines. Notice that the distance between the two parallel lines is 17 and it is rotated at 17 degrees. So let's proceed. What technique we'll do is we'll use a rectangle command and we'll draw one rectangle. We'll give the starting point anywhere. Let the width be anything. Let's say 80 and let the height be 17 and then hit enter. Remember, the two parallel lines are separated at 70, hence we gave the height as 70. Now we'll move this rectangle and we'll use the geometric center of this rectangle. If you are not getting the geometric center, click over here in the customization and ensure click in the snap and ensure that the geometric center is selected. And select the geometric center of the rectangle and move it to the geometric center of the circle. Now we will rotate this at 17 degrees angle. But before that, we will trim the unwanted lines. So I type the trim command and hit enter. And I don't need this line. I don't need this line. I don't need this line. So whichever lines you don't need, you just trim them off. And this is our portion ready. And now we have to rotate this at 17 degrees. So we use the rotate command and hit enter. Select the objects, hit enter. Base point will give the geometric center of this, and rotation angle we give 17 degrees. So we have completed this part. Now we'll proceed to make this circle, and the radius for that is 16. So we'll first draw one circle, and for that we'll select center radius. We'll use the center point as the geometric center of this, and we'll give the radius as 16 and hit enter. Now notice over here that for this outer circle, the geometric center of this outer circle is shifted 6 units to the right and 2 units on the top. So let us move this outer circle 6 units to the right. So we say move, we click on this circle, then we say enter. We specify the base point as the geometric center of this, and we move it 6 units to the right and hit enter. And again we move it, select the object, hit enter, specify the base point and 2 units on the top. Now we trim the extra unwanted lines. So we don't need this line, we don't need this, and we don't need this. So our this part of wrench is now complete. Now we'll proceed with this part of the wrench. Now here you will notice this inner circle is radius is 9. So we'll proceed with drawing the inner circle. So we'll use the center radius circle command and give the radius for the inner circle as 9. So we click here, and the radius for the inner circle is 9. Now you will see that these two lines are separated at a distance of 13 units. So we'll draw one rectangle. We'll click here, we'll give any length, and the height will give us 13. You can see they are separated at 13 units. Now we move this rectangle, use the geometric center of the rectangle and move it to the geometric center of the circle. Now we want to erase the unwanted lines. So I select trim, and I do not need this line, this line, this line, and now I want to rotate this structure at 17 degrees. So we'll select the object and we will type rotate. We'll give the base point as this and rotate it at 17 degrees and hit enter. Now we want to draw the outer circle, and the radius for the outer circle is 15. So again we select center radius, we give the center point as this, and radius is 15 and hit enter. Now notice that for the outer circle, the geometric center of the outer circle is shifted 6 units to the left and 2 units down. So we will use the move command, select this outer circle, enter, and move it. This will be the displacement point, and move it 6 units to the left, and we have to move it 2 units down. So again, move command, select the object, hit enter, base point is this, and 2 units down. Now we'll again remove the unwanted lines, and we have to extend these lines to touch the outer surface. So we type extend command, select the boundary edge, select the object to extend, hit enter. Then we type trim and delete the unwanted space, hit enter. Now the distance between the two ends of the wrench. So first you have to notice that the distance from the center point of the outer circle to the distance from the center point of this circle is 110. So we'll draw one line which extends from the center point of this circle at a distance of 110 units and hit enter. Now we have to move this object to the end of this. So we use the move command and select this object and hit enter. Specify the base point, so you type CEN, hit enter, click over here and move it to the end of this. So that's your other end of the wrench. Now we'll put a center mark over here. So we type CM, center mark, and put one center mark over here. And again we'll type CM and put a center mark over here. Now if you want, you can change the color of this center mark, and if you want, you can even change the thickness. So what we'll do, we click on the layer properties and we'll make one new layer, give it the name as center mark, hit enter, change the color of that to red and click on OK. Notice currently we are on this layer number 0. So we select this center mark and we move it to CM. Then we select this center mark and move it to CM. Notice we are right now in CM. We will reduce the thickness of this line as well. So let's make it to default. Let's take it slightly thicker. So instead of default, let's take it to 0.20.
Good.
0.25. And then also this line is there. We'll move this line also to center mark. and reduce the thickness of this also, like this. And what you can do, you can use the match command to match the properties of the center line to this and hit enter. Now back to layer 0. Now you can see that the distance between these two lines is 11 units. So what we'll do, we'll use the offset command to offset this line on the top. So offset, specify the offset distance, we'll say 5.5. Select the line to offset, side to offset, line to offset, side to offset. Now this upper line is there. We select the upper line and change the line type to bilayer. Ensure that it is in layer 0. This is there. Change the line type to bilayer. You can also alternately use the match command and match the properties of this to the properties of this. Hit enter. So this distance is now 11 units. Now we want to fillet this at a radius of 47. So you use the fillet command. Press R for radius. Radius is 47. Then click over here. Click over here. Again fillet. Click over here and click over here. Now we want to trim the unwanted lines. So use the trim command. Hit enter. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. And hit enter. Let's match the properties. We'll say match properties of this to this and this. And hit enter. Now let's find out what is this fillet distance. So this fillet distance is 23. So again we type fillet, hit enter, radius 23, then click here, again fillet, click here and click here. Then we trim the unwanted lines. So we don't need this. And our wrench is now complete. Now we want to make the dimensions. So that's simple. So let me make a new layer. So click on layer properties and I'll click on plus and I'll say new dimensions and I'll change the color to yellow and we'll say OK and we'll close this. Now we use linear dimensioning from this point to this point 110. Ensure that the line type thickness is set to default. And ensure that you are in the new dimension layer. So select this, move it into the new dimension layer and change the line type to default. So right now we are in the new dimension layer. Now we want to give the radius for this outer circle. So select radius and radius for the outer circle. Then again radius for the inner circle. Then we use linear dimensioning, and from here to here 6 units. Again linear dimensioning, from here to here 2 units. Again aligned dimensioning, from here to here 17 units. And then angular dimensioning, so use angular and give the angular distance between this line and this line is 17 degrees. You can have it here, wherever you prefer. So that's 17 degrees. Same way we can do the dimensioning over here. So select radius for the outer circle, same way radius for the inner circle, then linear dimensioning from here to here, again linear dimensioning from here to here, again this distance, so aligned dimensioning from here to here, and then angular dimensioning, you can say this line and this line, and it is 17 degrees. So that's also done. And now our wrench is complete. So friends, hope you have learned something new in this lecture. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next lecture. Till that time, goodbye.